Hello and welcome to another candle review video. This is in regards to some candles I bought on my holiday in Las Vegas and Los Angeles in America. There was a part one to this video which concentrated solely on the Yankee candles I bought, which you should be able to find on my video page. These candles are all lots of different brands. And there's quite a few of them, so I'm going to dive straight in. I'm not going to spend too long on each candle because there is quite a few. The first one was from I bought from Kohl's department store, and it's Sonoma or Sonoma. I'm not quite sure how you pronounce it. Harvest Moon. Really lovely triple fragrance candle. Lovely shades of grey and a lovely kind of winter woods label. I've not used this brand before. It doesn't say anywhere triple scented, but I'm assuming it is. On the bottom it does state all the notes. Clove bud, warm incense, pine needle and cedar leaf leads to glowing amber, smouldering embers and smoky woods, which become sweetened with black musk and vanilla. So there's a lot of notes in there, but a lot of similar notes. Amber and embers and clove and incense, smoky woods, they're all kind of similar. And it smells heavenly. It smells like, if you've ever used Fireside by Woodwick, which I'll be reviewing slightly in a bit, it's like that. It's a kind of a perfumed, smoky scent. Not like a true wood smoke smell, but like a perfumed bonfire. I have burnt this. It smelled lovely. It filled the room. It is a triple wick. Now, unfortunately, as happens with a lot of multi-wick candles, because, of course, 3 wicks means 3 times the flame, 3 times the heat, the wax, which is soft, melts quickly, pools quickly, and kind of drowns the wick, so there's only like a tiny little bit of flame left. So I had to do the match trick on this candle to kind of get it to pool, so you can kind of see the little job I've done in trying to fix it. And it did fix it. It did perform much better after. It's a shame you have to do these things, but unfortunately, when you have multi-wicks, like I said, you know, it burns quicker. It needs a little bit of assistance. But a lovely, really nice smell. Unfortunately, with the triple scented candles, you can only ever smell the top layer. You don't know what the other two are going to smell like. So I'm really, really hoping that it smells good. I mean, the thing with triple scented candles is, as they burn, they will mingle in, so that layer will mingle into the second, and the second will mingle into the third, so you will never truly get the same smell each time you burn it. It'll always be slightly different, which I think is quite a good idea. So, Harvest Moon, lovely. I love the name as well, Harvest Moon. The next two candles were from Bath & Body Works. Now, Bath & Body Works are quite unknown in the UK. Some of their candles do sometimes leak into our TK Maxx kind of discount stores, but very rarely. You have to be kind of lucky to get them. So these two I bought purely because they've been raved about online quite a bit, so I was interested in trying them and interested to see how the brand performs. The first was Pumpkin Coconut. An odd fragrance, you know, the things that pumpkins are usually linked to, like I said before, pumpkin pie, cinnamon, things like that. So coconut was quite original. Really enjoyed the lid. I think that's really quite cute. Once again, triple wick. I've not burnt this, so I'm not sure how it will perform. If it does play up on me, I will do the match trick and I will possibly film it and show you exactly what that involves. But this is a really strong bakery cake smell. I mean, the label does show, I think it's a bundt cake with drizzling of icing all over the top. You can smell the coconut, you can smell the pumpkin, but it is the cake that comes through strongest. It is the vanilla and the bakery smell. I'm hoping on burning that, you know, the coconut and the pumpkin will shine through a little bit more. I don't mind bakery smells, but I said it, as it is such a unique fragrance, I would really appreciate to smell that coconut and pumpkin together more. So, fingers crossed for that one. But otherwise it does smell really, really nice, really, really cakey. The second one I had to buy, being from the UK, it's London. Now, Bath and Body Works had a lot of city-themed candles. I think they had Paris, New York, and Istanbul. London has been given tea and lemon. We British people drink a lot of tea, so that's that's a good thing to choose. And it's really strong tea and a bit of lemon. I would say the tea note is definitely the stronger note of the two. Really, really nice. In the UK, I would say if you've ever drunk Lipton iced tea, the lemon iced tea, it smells a lot like the taste of that. And really, really nice. Now, I must admit, I never usually see people drink tea and lemon. I think that's something that's reserved for high tea or afternoon tea in one of the very expensive London hotels. I have my tea like any builder does, with milk and about 27 sugars. So, but no, I can't wait to try this. I'm going to leave this until the spring. I've got far too many autumn and winter candles to try and burn through before I start on this. But I do think it would lend itself to any time of the year. I would imagine it's a good room cleanser, with its lovely tea, neutral lemon notes. So, yeah, if you like tea, if you like lemon, give it a go. The next two candles were from TJ Maxx in Las Vegas. The first one was D.W. Holmes Warm Tobacco Pipe. Now, I have a DW before. Once again, they do seem to trickle their way into the UK TK Maxx stores. But my one was called Tobacco Oak Aftershave and was a really gorgeous, rich, warm, manly scented candle. And this is kind of the same, but its emphasis is purely on the tobacco. If you've not burnt tobacco before, it's not a negative. It's not like a cigarette smoke, or it's not acrid. It's very warm, very mellow. Really lends itself to autumn. If you like things like Yankee Candle's Autumn Lodge or Poker Night, you will probably like this. It's very, very, very inviting. It's a very mellow smell. It makes you feel really quite at ease. I really love the black jar as well. It'll be interesting to see when it goes down how it glows through, because it is kind of a translucent jar, more of a dark blue actually. Once again, I've had to do the matchstick trick on this candle. It's a weird thing. Multi candles and soft wax don't seem to go well together. You need to kind of help them along. The next one I bought, also from TJ Maxx, is a Scentsational. I'm sure it's supposed to be pronounced sensational, but just so you can differentiate, it's Scentsational Fearless, which I'm assuming is kind of a man candle type. The TJ Maxx I went into had absolutely loads of these, but not many different scents. There was Fearless and there was one other which I can't remember. But once again, it's a lemony smell, but ever so slightly masculine. It's a masculine lemon smell. Really quite nice. It's quite light though. It's nowhere near as strong as Tea and Lemon, the London candle. But I'll put this by for spring, I think. Hopefully, if it performs well, once again, it would be a good air cleanser after winter to get rid of, the cinnamon and the clove and the bakery smells. But I've never heard of sensational candles before, so it will be good to try them. And it's soy wax, which is always good. The next one I bought was from Bed Bath & Beyond. One of my favourite brands, Woodwick. I really, really like Woodwick. I've burnt a few of their candles now. I've never had a problem with them. They always burn evenly, the wax melts perfectly, and the smell fills the room. One of my favourite fragrances is Fireside, which isn't like Yankee Fireside. It's a lot sweeter. It's more of a perfumed, smoky smell. It's not like bonfire smoke, but it's kind of a perfume smell. So it's a little bit fake, but it's nice. It's really, really nice for the autumn. It really lends itself to that season. So this is once again a triple scented candle. Woodwick do a lot of triple scented candles, which I think is a very good idea. You get to try 3 of their fragrances in one candle. This is Fireside Redwood, which I have smelt before on its own. Redwood is I think it's kind of woody with a bit of spice. and sandalwood clove, which I've never smelt, but one would assume it smells of sandalwood and clove. It leads with Fireside, which is just such a really gorgeous smell, very woody, very smoky. If you've not used Woodwick before, they do have, as the name suggests, a wooden wick, which crackles as it burns. A lot of people I've spoke to find it distracting, the crackling sound, because they're always watching TV or something. And I think, well, burn a candle which doesn't make so much noise, or turn the television off. I always burn this candle when I'm reading, because it evokes sitting next to a roaring, log open fire, crackling away. I don't get distracted by it at all. I think it's fantastic. I think it really helps to set the scene. And you can use the lid as a stand as well. So once again, fantastic. You're not doing any damage to your tables. So that will be getting burnt very, very soon. The next 3 candles were bought from a lovely shop in LA called Delirium. We was driving down the Santa Monica Boulevard, and this candle shop suddenly appeared in the corner of my eye. I've kind of got a candle radar now, where you can kind of sense it before you see it, and this shop come into view. I was like, stop the car, we must go in. And it was a gorgeous shop, full of brands, different brands, hundreds of different brands, but they weren't they weren't Yankee or Bath and Body Works. They weren't candles like that. They were luxury branded candles. They had True Grace there, which I was very surprised to see, because True Grace are an English brand, and I've never seen them or heard of them outside of the UK, so I was quite surprised to see them. They also had candles like Cire Trudon, which is a French brand, Paddy Wax, an American brand, and just lots of different luxury candles. That, unfortunately, it does reflect on their price, because they've imported quite a few candles from different countries. I think they've had to possibly push the price up to pay for that import fee. So I would say, definitely go to that shop and have a look, because you are bound to find something, because there's just so many different brands. But be prepared to maybe spend a bit more than you usually would. But I mean, I can vouch that True Grace perform wonderfully if you've seen my True Grace video. But going back to the candles I bought, the first one was a French candle. Now I must apologise for the pronunciation of this. Gilles de Ravron, or Gilles de Ravron, I'm not quite sure, that sounded quite awful. But it's Manoir, which I believe is French for manor, hopefully. Very small tin candle, but really packs a punch. It's a really, really strong, smoky smell. This is full-on smoky. If you like your smoky fragrances, you will absolutely love this. The notes, I believe, are cedar and tonka bean. I'll go into it fully in a second, but one of the things I love is the fact that it's got a cork inlay in the middle, in the lid, so you can pop the candle on top of cork, which is heat resistant, and it won't leave any scorch marks on the table. It also comes with a little candle care leaflet, which I really appreciate. I think a lot of people, especially if you're buying more expensive brands, who, if they don't know how to look after a candle, that could really be a big waste of money. So putting something like that in, which tells you how to look after it, I think is a really good idea. And it also comes with a little leaflet which tells you their whole range, the whole scent. I mean, there's absolutely lots of different fragrances. If I read you Manoirs, it's cedar, birch and smoked tonka bean. And the description is, the cooled ashes in the fireplace permeate the room. Half-closed shutters filter the evening light, which is spot on, and it's a really, really lovely description. If you've ever watched these English dramas and series set in, Victorian, Edwardian times, and you see these big manor houses with these open fires, and you kind of get a sense of how that would smell, kind of smoky and woody, and that is how this candle smells, with a little bit of old musty book in there. It's absolutely gorgeous. like I said, they do lots of different fragrances, and how True Grace lends itself to a sense of Englishness. I think these candles lend themselves to a sense of Frenchness. You've got lots of different fragrances with the names like Madame Claude, which is ylang, musk or patchouli, Cashmere, which is oud wood, incense, patchouli and white musk, Coromandel, which is cardamom, patchouli, ylang and mandarin tree. Just, lots of lovely names and lovely scents. This is a brand I think I'm going to keep a close eye on, as they're available in France, which is a lot nearer to me than America. I might, if this performs well, I might try and grab a few more of these because these smell really, really lovely. So that was Manoir. The next two were from Paddywax, another brand I've never really had any, never really experienced before. Now this was the Library range from Paddywax. The Library range is Paddywax have took an author and gave each author a scent that goes with one of their books. The first one I got was from, I think, an American author, John Steinbeck, who wrote East to Eden. Once again, this is a smoky smell. It's smoked birch and amber. If I open the travel tin, if I give you a close look, open the travel tin, it's a little 2-wick candle. Now I think officially it's like a travel tin. You can get them in jar candles, but they were a bit too expensive. And I already had quite a few candles, as you've seen. So I bought this. The smell is really lovely. It is smoke. You smell the smoke and you smell the amber. Being 2-wick and not being extremely thick, I would imagine, it doesn't state anywhere, I would imagine the burn time would be anywhere between 8 to 16 hours. I don't think it would last long, so I think it's one of those candles where you either use it sparingly if you're in hotels, or you burn it throughout the whole day and have that smell fill the room. It gives you a quote from the book as well, which I love. And now that you don't have to be perfect, you can be good, which is beautiful. So that was that one. That was John Steinbeck. I had to buy this. Charles Dickens, of course, the author of my most favourite book, A Christmas Carol. The quote is, "I will honour Christmas in my heart and try to keep it all the year." This, of course, being, a Victorian Christmas book, is scented for tangerine, juniper and clove, and it does smell. It is that lovely stereotypical orange and clove smell that you get at Christmas. But the juniper kind of just adds it a little bit more sweetness to it. It's really, really nice. These would make perfect gifts, I think. They were only about $7 each. And if you know someone who loves books, or, very literary, or loves candles, or both, these would make excellent stocking fillers. I think they also had Oscar Wilde and Jane Austen and Mark Twain candles, so it would be maybe a good idea to go and hunt these down. This one I will probably burn on Christmas Eve. Throughout the whole day, I'll probably use the entire candle during Christmas Eve. It's such a lovely Christmas fragrance, clove and the tangerine. And that is, I've got one more candle. This was bought in Marshalls. I actually bought 2 of them. It's from the Chesapeake Bay Candle Company, and it is called Sweater Weather. It's just a pillar candle, but it is scented, and it smells a little bit like Cozy Sweater by Yankee, which is like a fresh laundry smell, but warmed with a bit of spice. It's really, really nice. I will burn this on a sweater weather day. When it's nice and cold and crisp, I'll have these going. I've not really burnt scented pillar candles before like this, so it would be interesting to see if they throw as well as jar candles, because they haven't got the glass and the lid to contain the smell. But even if it doesn't, I love pillar candles. I love burning altar candles in the window. I think it's really gorgeous, and I love these little charms that come with it. I think that's a really nice packaging idea. So that is it. There's all my holiday candles. There are no more. I have, however, got a few packages on the way from Yankee and from Goose Creek. I recently received colonial candles. package, which I'm just burning at the moment. So once I've burned a few of them and got a sense of how they smell, I'll possibly do a review of those. So thank you for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or any comments, then please don't be afraid to leave them. And once again, thank you so much for viewing my video. Bye bye.